today I will explain the poem The Snake Trying, written by W. Ross, taken from Class 9 book, The Beehive book. W. Ross was a Canadian poet and a geophysicist. His first book, Laconics, ratified Ross' claim as an innovative poetic craftsman. He was the first published poet in Canada to write imagist poetry and later the first to write surrealist verse, both of which have led to call him the first modern Canadian poet. Now let's begin the poem, The Snake Trying. Most of us think of snakes as fearsome symbols of death. Whenever we look at such reptiles, we feel scared. Grown-ups, children, all types of people feel scared to look at snakes, and that time we have a tendency to kill the animal. But that is not correct. The snake in this poem is itself a victim. That is what the poet has reflected through the poem. The pain and anxiety of the snake and ruthlessness of human beings has been depicted in the poem. The snake trying to escape the pursuing stick with sudden curvings of thin, long body. How beautiful and graceful are his shapes. He glides through the water away from the stroke. Oh, let him go over the water into the reeds to hide without hurt. Small and green, he is harmless even to children. Along the sand he lay until observed and chased away, and now he vanishes in the ripples among the green slim reeds. Now let's see what is the meaning. The snake trying. The title suggests us that the snake is trying to do something, and that has been repeated again in the first line of the poem. So the poet is putting emphasis on this line, and he's trying to say us that the snake is trying to escape, and that is what it is trying. To escape what? The pursuing stick. Pursuing means following. The stick, that is following it. It is trying to escape that because the snake is actually very scared. With certain curvings of a thin. Curvings means the twisting. We all have seen how a snake moves. When it moves on the ground, its body gets curved and it glides on the ground. So therefore, it moves with sudden curvings of thin, long body. As most of the snakes we see have a thin and a long body. Now, the poet is trying to say us that the snake actually looks very beautiful when it moves. It's actually a part of nature. How beautiful and graceful are his shapes. So he's talking about the curves. The curves look so nice, so beautiful, so colorful, and it's just a beauty of nature which we all should actually enjoy, and it's not a thing to be harmed or killed. He glides. Glides means smooth, continuous movement through the water away from the stroke. Stroke means the hitting with something. Maybe it's here the hitting with a stick. So it's trying to escape, it's trying to move out from its enemy as it feels that person to be its enemy because it is coming forward to beat it and kill it. So it's moving through the water away. It is trying to move far away from the stroke. Oh, let him go. Please, it's the request of the poet to us, please let it go. The poet is feeling very hurt that the snake is going to be killed. Please allow it to go over the water into the reeds to hide. Let it hide. Let it remain in its place. Where? Into the reeds. Reeds, that means water or marsh plants with thick stems. So there, let it go and hide. Let it be in its own place. It will not harm anybody. So let us also not harm it. Into the reeds to hide without hurt. Yes, he's requesting us not to hit it. Let it not be hurt. Let it not be injured. Let it move away. Small and green, he is harmless even to children. So he's talking of a snake that's harmless. It's having no poison. So it's harmless even to the children. So why should we attack it? Why should we kill it? And when it was along the sand, he lay until observed. When the snake was lying on the sand, it was lying there till it was not observed. The moment it saw that someone was approaching it, it chased away and chased away, and now he vanishes in the ripples. Ripples means small wave on the surface of water caused due to something dropping in water. Or you can just say it's the small waves. So he vanishes in the ripples among the green slim reeds. So it becomes successful in disappearing into the reeds, that is its hiding place, to remain there unnoticed. So the snake was earlier present in the sand and now it's present in this water among the reeds. So please don't hurt it. So therefore, what is the message the poet is trying to give us? The message is that we should all pause and be rational and become responsible people, responsible human beings. Let's not be hysterical and irresponsible. That is the advice, that is the message that the poet has tried to give us through this poem. Now, let us see what are the poetic devices there in the poem. Now, if you read the line, without hurt, small and green, he is harmless even to children. Now, here in this line, you can see he is harmless even to children. The her sound, that is the consonant sound, has been repeated. So therefore, the figure of speech of this line is alliteration. And then again, you see the line to escape the pursuing stick. Now, here you can see pursuing, that means following. It's an adjective. Now, following, what is following? The stick is following. Now, we know that the stick actually cannot follow by its own. Someone is holding the stick who is actually following. The person is following. So, as the adjective has been here shifted from its original place to a place where it has been written just to give more poetic effect to the poem, we can say that the figure of speech here is transferred epithet. And if you talk about the rhyme scheme, it is having no rhyme scheme. It's a free verse. If you notice all the words, trying, stake, thin, beautiful, shapes, away, go, water, hide, green, children, sand, observed, now, ripples, reeds, you will find that none of these words are rhyming. Therefore, this is a free verse poem. That's all. Thank you.